It is all about a harsh winter pattern that is settled in for the long haul across the Bluegrass State. We'll track additional rounds of snow coming up.
Breaking news in Lexington tonight. The future of the Centerpoint project could be in doubt after a major setback today.
I think it hurt him more than it did me.
And we'll hear from a young girl who had a frightening moment at Rupp Arena last night during a fall with the Dancing Man.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening. We're still tracking some snow showers across parts of Kentucky, but now the real focus is turning to some really bitterly cold air.
It is another WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Temperatures and wind chills are dangerously cold. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys. Those wind chills this afternoon have been into the single digits all day long, in a day that many of us could not see the thermometer reach the 20-degree mark. Still snow on the ground out there, and still some snow flying around on our cams out of eastern Kentucky. Get into the Bluegrass region, that I-75 corridor now. Things are just mainly cloudy with the occasional snow flurry in the farther west, Frankfort, Louisville, E-Town, toward that BG Parkway, I-65 corridor, westbound on 64. Noticing a few breaks in the overcast a little earlier. 6 degrees, that's what it feels like right now in Lexington. 2 into Maysville at times tonight. Wind chills may be closer to 0 into much of central and eastern Kentucky. It's 18 degrees Lexington and Moorhead, 16 Maysville, 19 Richmond and London. Everybody with those mid and upper teens, and a quick drop coming our way. Defender Radar Network, the snows from earlier today that caused all the travel issues now winding down into southeastern Kentucky. Western Kentucky snows are bypassing us this go around. That stuff will stay to our west. But when I come back in around 15 minutes, we're going to track an Arctic front into town with some more snow possible by Friday. But I'll show you why a bigger system that follows that up is getting more of my attention. Guys, that's in a few minutes.
Now to breaking news that we're tracking here in Lexington tonight. The Centerpoint project downtown is now back to square one. The new investors who just took over the project last summer have announced they are no longer interested in it.
And this is the latest twist in the Centerpoint story, which goes back almost 8 years. Garrett Weimer joins us live downtown with the breaking details. Garrett?
In a letter to Mayor Jim Gray, investors say the city's desire for a standalone city hall just won't work for them. Investors say they don't think they have a role in that narrower project, saying they don't think it's financeable. The letter added, quote, "Our interest in this project has always been about providing a significant boost to Lexington by building a world-class mixed-use development." Now, just last night, investor Matt Collins spoke at council's work session where consultants presented a report about possible locations for a new city hall. Some council members were concerned about certain details being made public, but Collins said they were confident in their proposal.
Or with Mason on behalf of the city that the specific terms of our deal or our proposal would not be made public. Having said that, have at it. We think the numbers tell a compelling story. We think that that it's something that would be maybe advantageous to all of us to get out there.
Mayor Jim Gray said in a statement this afternoon that the proposal simply asked too much from taxpayers. He added that developers were unwilling to consider the boundaries that council felt were necessary to continue negotiations. Now, at this point, it's unclear what this all means for the future of the Centerpoint project. Keep in mind, this all comes not long after the city granted those developers a 30-day extension on the project. We'll continue to track this story, and we'll have more for you tonight on WKYT at 11. Live in Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. As we said, this project has gone on for years and years, so we have an interactive timeline of all the events in the Centerpoint project on our website. Check out WKYT.com.
Turning our attention back to the weather now. With temperatures this cold, it doesn't take long to start feeling the effects if you are outside for very long. And for people who don't have a home, the cold weather can become life-threatening. So tonight, volunteers in Lexington are doing what they can to protect the homeless. Monique Blair joins us live with the latest. Monique?
Well, Amber, I was standing out here at 5 o'clock, and I can tell you it is significantly colder right now, just an hour later. Now, right now behind me, you can see the Catholic Action Center is nearly full, and I'm told it will stay like that likely all night long, and that's because tonight they are keeping the doors open all throughout the night, and that's to help make sure nobody is left out in this very cold weather. Now, between the center here and the community inn on Winchester Road, close to 150 people will be given meals and a warm place to stay overnight. That means an additional 40 to 50 meals will be served tonight than what is served on a typical night. So because of that, the center is asking the public for donations. That's anything ranging from food such as lunch meat and snack foods to cleaning supplies. Now, I spoke with Regina Velasquez, who is staying at the community inn tonight. She says if she didn't have this opportunity, she would likely be sleeping outside. So she says she hopes others will also take advantage of the warm shelter that is being provided.
Why not go someplace where you can be warm and get out of this weather? I mean, it's mind-boggling that some people are just like, oh, well, you know, I won't get cold.
Now, the community inn on Winchester Road is also opening earlier tonight. They're actually opening right now at 6 o'clock. That's an hour earlier than they typically open. I'm reporting live in Lexington. Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. Now, if you would like to help, you can drop off food and cleaning supplies at the Catholic Action Center on 5th Street.
He's accused of trying to cut his girlfriend's head off with a samurai sword during a fight. But a man wanted for attempted murder in northern Kentucky has been arrested here in Lexington. Police say they found 39-year-old Terry Phillips at a home on Devonia Avenue. Victor Puente talked to people living nearby who saw the arrest.
Neighbors tell me they saw a lot of police converge on this street last night as Terry Phillips was taken into custody. He was wanted on charges of attempted murder and assault. Covington police say he attacked his ex-girlfriend last Saturday at a home on Holman Street. They say he told her that if he couldn't have her, no one could, then attacked her with a katana.
She got serious injury to her arm. She believed that his intent was to cut her head off.
That led to a search that led Lexington police to a home on Devonia Avenue.
We searched high and low for him, and we received some information that he might be in the Lexington area.
I heard a bunch of commotion outside, so I ran out to see if my neighbor was okay, and I noticed a detective and 4 cruisers.
Lori Smith says she saw those officers, then saw them take off.
There was a foot chase behind my neighbor's house, and then they all started getting in the cars. That's when I seen them all leaving.
But that chase didn't have anything to do with Phillips' arrest. Lexington police say he came peacefully, but while they were arresting him, 2 teens driving a stolen vehicle almost ran into them, prompting a chase that led to 2 more arrests.
That's scary. It is, because I have teenagers and I have children that think it's okay to walk these streets.
At last check, Phillips was still in the Fayette County Detention Center. He told us this morning he didn't want to talk about the arrest until he'd talked to his lawyer. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The woman at the home where Phillips was arrested told us she also didn't want to talk about the case.
For the second time in the last 5 months, a Knox County family has lost their home to a fire. The latest fire started early this morning in the Hinkle community. A couple and their 2 children were able to escape. And as Phil Pendleton tells us, firefighters and family members are calling the father a hero.
In looking at the charred remains of this home and knowing that the family of 4 that lived here will have to replace everything, it would be easy to feel down. But Jessica Warfield is instead thankful.
I'm just so grateful. I don't have anything as far as material, material-wise goes, but I couldn't imagine not having my kids.
Warfield, her husband Brian Cables, their 8-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son were asleep when the fire started about 5 o'clock this morning. Brian rushed through the house to get them all out.
He punched out the window, and we got our little girl out and our little boy, who woke us up.
Brian went back a second time for Ethan.
Brian cut 2 fingers down to the bone, climbing into after he broke the glass to get Ethan.
Well, sadly, this is a family that is getting used to this kind of thing. This is the home this family lived in just months ago. It, too, was destroyed by fire.
They were able to save a lot then, but nearly everything is lost now. All except for this Bible.
31 years in the fire service this month. Now, and I've seen that time and time again. Nothing else recognizable in the building.
In Knox County,
no doubt the Lord was watching over these children.
Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Firefighters are still trying to figure out what caused the fire, but they think it may have started near a stove.
The UK basketball team beat Georgia by more than 30 points last night. But something that happened in the stands that has many UK fans talking tonight and has attracted national attention. Darren Moscow is known for dancing during games at Rupp Arena. But as you can see in this video from ESPN, he picked up a young girl during his dance last night, and they both fell hard. New at 6, she talks to Caitlin Sentner about the frightening moment.
When I first walked in, I saw thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I hope I don't lose my mother.
The walk into Rupp Arena was everything this 10-year-old thought it would be. Tuesday, for the first time, Aubrey Derrickson got to watch the Cats play. It was halftime. She was told Darren Moscow, also known as UK Boogeyman, would be in her section.
And they were telling me, I dare you to get up there and go dance with him. And so that's what I did, and I got up there and I started dancing.
The #1 UK fan picked her up.
In my mind, I was thinking, well, I don't know how this is going to turn out. There wasn't really any thoughts in my head at that time.
Many caught the tumble on camera, and it's getting nationwide attention.
I think it hurt him more than it did me.
Why do you say that?
Because when it did happen, when he came down, he was breathing really hard.
The 10-year-old Cats fan had heard of Moscow, and she'd seen his dances inspired by the rock and roll king himself.
I thought that it was hilarious, and that he was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I mean, he was you could tell he was a really big fan of Kentucky.
Derrickson doesn't want Tuesday's accident to change a thing.
I want him to keep dancing. I don't want him to stop. And I did see the video, the apology video that he posted, and that was so sad it really almost made me cry.
She's sad she didn't get to see the cheerleaders, but more than that, she wanted to meet Tyler Eulis and give the head coach a special message.
I want to say happy birthday to Coach Cal.
In Lexington.
Can you say go Cats?
Say go Cats.
Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
What a sweet girl. Well, Darren Moscow told us that he was extremely apologetic, and on Twitter he's asking fans to keep dancing with him. So we contacted Rupp Arena officials to see if he will be allowed to keep dancing at the games. We have not heard back.
Could Kentucky marriage license forms soon be changing? In 7 minutes, what a new bill is proposing.
Our snowy pattern, at least in the short term, is getting ready to take a little bit of a break. We'll time it back in, maybe just in time for the big Valentine's Day weekend when I come back in a moment. Stay with us.
A devastating fall got her to the hospital. What they found changed her life. Brain cancer.
At first I thought my life was over.
The amazing story that has led her back home to UK. A life-saving fall. Thursday at 6 on WKYT.
19 pool tables and a full bar. Only at Silver Q on New Circle Road.
Are you planting a tree? Are you digging a garden? Are you digging a swimming pool? Are you putting up a mailbox? Always call 811 before you dig. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Columbia Gas of Kentucky.
Like to know how to avoid measuring, marking, and bad cuts with your circular saw? With the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide, you'll make those accurate cuts repeatedly without measuring or marking your boards. The Rip Cut adjusts quickly to your cutting width, making cuts in plywood and MDF fast, easy, and accurate every time. Great projects all start with perfect cuts, so get the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Get your Craig Rip Cut at craigcutting.com or these and other fine retailers.
This is Monster Jam. Kids tickets start at just $10. Coming to Rupp Arena, February 27th.
February is fabulous during Lexington Furniture's custom upholstery event. Choose from the finest in quality upholstered furniture and all from the best manufacturers. Henredon, Bernhardt, Sherrill, Taylor King, and Lexington Home Brands. These manufacturers gave special discounts to Lexington Furniture, and now we're passing them on to you. Save up to 50% off suggested manufacturer retail prices during Lexington Furniture's custom upholstery event. It's furniture you'll love to live with.
It's President's Day weekend at Green's Toyota of Lexington, and we're offering cold, hard cash to heat things up. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Special APR offers available from Toyota Financial Services on 13 different Toyota models, including 0% APR on our most popular models. And get $2,000 customer cash on 13 different Toyota models. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota, for President's Day weekend savings.
Great people, great cars, think Green's.
I don't want an ordinary funeral. I want my life to be celebrated. I've had such a full and blessed life, and I want everyone to know it. That's how I want to be remembered. When people leave my end-of-life celebration, I want them feeling uplifted.
Contact Clark Legacy Center to plan your end-of-life celebration.
The average person takes 5,000 to 8,000 steps per day, working, exercising, going about the day. High-tech artificial limbs keeps you moving comfortably. You can choose who helps you walk in the right direction.
Snowy pattern finally beginning to wind down. It's been snowing pretty much at least somewhere in our area since Monday morning. So now we're talking about 3 consecutive days where we've had snow across the entire area. It's been adding up a little bit here, a little bit there. Lexington, we've had between 3 and 4 inches all told since Monday. Not on the ground at one time. Had that melting on Monday, then another fresh batch Monday night, this morning an inch or 2. It currently feels like 6 degrees in Lexington. 18 degrees, the current actual thermometer reading. It is colder into certain parts of the area. How about 2 degrees into Maysville? At last hour, you were at 1, baby steps. 8 into Richmond right now, the current wind chill number. 8 degrees into Monticello, 6 into Prestonsburg. Winds, instead of becoming northwesterly that have been producing those snow showers, are now coming in more from the west. You see those streamlines coming at us from the west as well. A little warmer, Paducah to Bowling Green to Owensboro, yet the cold airs across the northern parts of Kentucky and points north from there. You can actually see, though, where the winds are trying to shift around just a little bit to our west. And on the leading edge of that wind shift line, getting in on a weakening band of snow across western Kentucky, heading toward the Nashville area. Central and eastern Kentucky, this stuff is not getting to the ground. The snows from earlier in the day getting ready to finally call it quits across eastern Kentucky. So here's what I'm tracking. Snow showers are in the process of tapering off finally. You get about a day break, and then we go into Friday, and it's an Arctic front that moves into town with, you've heard this one before, some snow showers, maybe some light snow Friday afternoon into Friday night. Arctic air comes in behind that. It gets really cold Saturday, maybe as cold as what we have today. Then late Valentine's Day into Monday, Tuesday of next week, especially, we're going to track another system into town. That one may be a bigger system than what we've been dealing with over the past few days. Tomorrow, first things first, if you have clear skies in the morning, snow on the ground, you'll hit the high single digits. If you keep some clouds, you'll stay in the low teens. Tomorrow afternoon, most areas get in on some sunshine. All right, let's walk you through that planner now. Hour by hour forecast through the rest of the week and into that big weekend for all the lovers out there. Tomorrow morning, it is cold. Tomorrow afternoon, it's still cold, but it's sunny. We'll take that trade. With the sun angle high this time of year, you'll melt a little snow, especially on those side roads. We go into Friday morning. Clouds are increasing. Winds are gusting up. Here comes a little burst of snow northwest to southeast as the day goes on. That will carry us into Friday evening and Friday night as then temperatures behind that Arctic front really begin to drop. How about upper teens to around 20 again for a high on Saturday with some more flurries or snow showers around 11 o'clock Saturday night. It's the night before Valentine's Day. You're getting an early jump on maybe dinner, date night. It's going to be a cold Saturday evening. Temperatures by 11 o'clock already low teens, if not a few single digits, showing up into parts of northern Kentucky. We'll quickly then turn our attention to a storm system that will be developing, working its way across the Tennessee Valley as we go into Monday and Tuesday. If that turns the corner up the mountains, that's a big winter storm for the Ohio Valley. If is the question that we will try to answer over the next couple of days. Still several days out from that, but one that really bears watching, and that would come in Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday. Between now and then, it's cold.
That's all you can say, right?
That's all I can say. That's it.
Thanks, Chris.
New tonight, Kentucky lawmakers will consider a bill that would create 2 marriage license forms in the state.
One form would note bride and groom, while the other form would note first party and second party. The forms would not include the name of the county clerk who issued the licenses, but the form would require couples to note their gender. This comes after Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis refused to issue licenses for same-sex couples last year.
We will hear from Super Bowl champ and former Wildcat Danny Trevathan.
It has turned out pretty good for Danny since he arrived here at Kentucky and played for the Wildcats. And the Cats playing well, but they'll be playing more games without Alex Poythress. Sports is next.
First Alert Weather is brought to you by Columbia Gas of Kentucky.
What makes P-Rat's Saturday sales super? Up to 50% off. 5 years, 0 interest. Double the free stuff. Up to $1,000. And doorbusters all throughout the store. Preview Friday. Plus, we're giving away over $5,000 in prizes Saturday.
Suff's Furniture and Oriental Rugs is having a fantastic President's Day sale. Lazy Boy chairs save $400. 3 great Lazy Boy recliners at one low price. Your choice, only $392. Save 40% and take another 5% off one piece of Stickley Furniture special order. Sealy mattress, save $1,000. Sale price $487. Save an additional 25% off all Tempur-Pedic floor models. Receive a free cherry pie with your purchase from Suff's on President's Day. Look, Vito is preparing for the President's Day sale.
Stop paying high electric bills. Call Eastern Airflow and upgrade to a new energy-efficient Timstar heating system. With offices in Richmond and Prestonsburg, we serve all central and eastern Kentucky. We now offer in-house financing for Timstar systems.
Everyone wants to be energy smart, but sometimes we need a little reminder. With Simple Saver, you save energy and the environment, and you earn energy bill credits. So take the hint. Just call or sign up online, and we'll do all the work. Simple Saver, because being energy smart pays. Licking Valley RECC and South Kentucky RECC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Does this sound like your house? Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Kress with Commonwealth Smiles, and I have an easy and affordable solution for your snoring. Call today for a silent night's sleep.
You can be sure of a Toyota RAV4's all-wheel drive capability because AMCI testing shows RAV4 outperforming other SUVs in snow. Acceleration, RAV4 beats Honda CR-V, while Subaru Forester is slowest. Braking, RAV4 stops 50 feet before CR-V and 83 feet sooner than Forester. Now, you can lease the newly restyled 2016 RAV4 for just $209 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
While it's difficult to think about the death of a loved one, the caring people at the Lexington Cemetery make it easier. After all these years, they still offer many spaces for traditional ground burial as well as mausoleum burial. And the Lexington Cemetery has operated its own on-site crematory since 1977. Lexington Cemetery offers many memorialization options, like the scattering garden and niches, and the memorial arbor for remembering those whose remains are elsewhere. Choose the beauty and dignity of the Lexington Cemetery and Crematory.
Saturday at P-Rats, win this Ashley sofa, this iComfort queen set, this 65-inch LED TV, this FlexSteel recliner, or this Frigidaire French door refrigerator. Register during our Super Saturday sale.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
It was dominating last night in Rupp Arena. No other word for it. Best game of the season, probably. The only downside was the news on Alex Poythress. Poythress missed the Florida game over the weekend. He was considered day-to-day going into last night. He didn't play last night, and then after the game, John Calipari said this.
He's going to be out 2 weeks. So, he's out 2 weeks.
But nothing more, you don't think?
No, I don't think there's any reason to talk about it.
I know he's going to bounce back. We're looking forward to him coming back as soon as possible. We know how much it means to our team, and I know he's going to be back better than he was before.
Did you talk to him at all?
I talked to him a little bit, so he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right.
Well, hopefully Alex will be back in a couple of weeks as we start to head towards March. Cats travel to South Carolina Saturday. Tip-off is set for noon on ESPN. North Carolina coach Roy Williams says he is alive and kicking, but he had a vertigo attack last night. Williams dizzy and slumped to the floor after he had a heated exchange with a ref. He had to be helped to the locker room in what he calls his first vertigo situation during a game. The 65-year-old Williams has battled vertigo for the last 18 years. He is expected to be back at practice tomorrow. It is EKU and Morehead State Thursday, a chance for the Eagles to complete the season sweep on their home court. But the Colonels have won back-to-back road games, and they did it in fashion, winning at Tennessee State and then handing Belmont its first ever OVC loss at home.
It was very important because, we were in dead last place, and 2 wins against the number 2 team in the league and the number 1 team in the league. It was very important. We also came together as a team to get road wins. It's very difficult to get a road win.
It was definitely really big, especially coming in and playing the number 2 team and number 1 team, and knowing it's tough ways to play at Belmont, especially, and they haven't lost at home. So it's big momentum games for us, and we were good enough to get the sweep.
Tom Jurich reportedly has been offered the athletic director's job at Southern Cal, and he is considering it. He grew up in Southern California. He was born in Alhambra. Jurich was not involved in the decision to impose a postseason ban on U of L, and according to Tony Vanetti, he is upset. The Denver Broncos are still basking in the glory of winning Super Bowl 50, and so is Danny Trevathan. The former Wildcat linebacker on ESPN today, along with a couple of his teammates. Trevathan describing his fun during the parade and his dance moves.
It was a dream come true. It was exciting. It was exciting to be out there and just, give back to the community and share my experience and just, give something back to them. Just have fun out there. It was exciting. I had a couple dance moves, had little kids out there. So, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Hopefully we get back there next year.
And a reunion is planned for Kentucky's championship Peach Bowl team of 1976. That'll be coming up in the fall in October, but great memories from '76 when the Wildcats won the SEC and won the Peach Bowl. The reunion will be in October. Sam, Amber.
Special time. A final check of your first alert weather forecast is next.
Then on the CBS Evening News, a company claims their at-home test is the next revolution in detecting cancer. But where's the proof? CBS News investigates.
WKYT's First Alert Weather follows you wherever you go, on TV, online, on your phone, and throughout the day on 104.5 The Cat.
Did your family set a goal to become healthier in the new year? One family did and lost 300 pounds at Ageless. Bruce lost 92 pounds, Adam lost 64 pounds, and Catherine lost 151 pounds. For a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution, call Ageless today for a free consultation.
We've got an online auto approval hornswoggle. Oh, I hate swogglers.
They said I was approved online.
Uh-oh, I smell a butt coming.
Yeah, a big butt. But I wasn't really approved.
Only DriveTime.com gives you a real online approval in 2 minutes. No butts.
Because butts stink.
Butts do stink.
Kind of a double meaning. What do you mean?
Huh?
Save yourself. Get a real online approval first. Go to DriveTime.com.
They say life gets better the older you get, and time becomes more valuable. Time to spend with family, time to try new things, time to have fun. At Kroger, you can have your prescriptions filled while you shop, so it's easy to save money and time with your Kroger pharmacy. And you can get back to the things you love.
Be heart smart. Your Kroger pharmacist can help you understand your heart health numbers, your medications, and so much more. See your Kroger pharmacist today.
Like to know how to avoid measuring, marking, and bad cuts with your circular saw? With the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide, you'll make those accurate cuts repeatedly without measuring or marking your boards. The Rip Cut adjusts quickly to your cutting width, making cuts in plywood and MDF fast, easy, and accurate every time. Great projects all start with perfect cuts, so get the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Get your Craig Rip Cut at craigcutting.com or these and other fine retailers.
This Valentine's Day,
shop the Castle.
The Castle is the biggest discounter of diamonds, fine jewelry, and pre-owned Rolex watches. Shop 10 Castle locations or thecastlejewelry.com.
Hey guys,
This February, give her the gift she's really gonna love. Endless prime rib, baby!
Premium weekends at Golden Corral are here. Live it up with prime rib, shrimp, salmon, and more. Just $13.99. Only at Golden Corral.
Did you know, unlike other blood centers, blood donated with Kentucky Blood Center stays in Kentucky? For Kentucky patients, Kentucky Blood Center is the exclusive provider of blood for patients at your hospital. Visit kybloodcenter.org for more information.
Have something that needs investigating? Email us or call the WKYT Investigates tip line.
It's President's Day weekend at Green's Toyota of Lexington, and we're offering cold hard cash to heat things up. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Special APR offers available from Toyota Financial Services on 13 different Toyota models, including 0% APR on our most popular models. And get $2,000 customer cash on 13 different Toyota models. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota, for President's Day weekend savings.
Great people, great cars, think Greens.
Snows are winding down now. Temperatures heading down. We'll be into the single digits in some areas tonight.
We will see you at 11.
Be safe.